You've probably heard about NATO, but here's a shocking fact you might not know. Every single year, NATO fighter jets scramble hundreds of times to intercept Russian aircraft that come dangerously close to European airspace. And here's the kicker, those intercepts don't happen hours later. They happen within minutes. Pilots are sitting in cockpits, ready to launch at a moment's notice, engines warmed, flight paths pre-programmed. One alert and they're airborne. This isn't theory, it's happening right now in 2025. From the Baltic states to the Black Sea, NATO jets are the first line of defense protecting Europe's skies. But here's the question you have to ask yourself. What makes NATO's air power so effective? And why does it matter more than ever today? Stick with me because in the next few minutes you'll see exactly how NATO's fighters, drones, and command systems create a shield over Europe, and why rivals think twice before testing it. And before we dive deeper, if you're passionate about understanding global military power, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon. That way, you'll always catch our latest breakdowns on the weapons, strategies, and alliances shaping tomorrow's battles. So, how does NATO's air power keep Europe safe in 2025? Let's start with the first layer, round-the-clock air policing. Right now, NATO runs one of the most intensive air policing missions on the planet. Across Europe, fighter jets sit on constant standby, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In Poland, in Romania, in the Baltic states, you've got pilots living just steps away from their aircraft. Their gear is laid out, their jets are fueled, and every system is tested. The moment a radar operator spots an unidentified aircraft, the scramble order goes out. Within minutes, NATO fighters are in the sky, climbing fast, and heading straight for the target. It's not a rare event. These interceptions happen hundreds of times a year, especially when Russian bombers or spy planes push close to NATO borders. For local populations, it's invisible. But for NATO pilots, it's daily reality. And here's the part that makes it so effective. It's not just one country doing the job. A Lithuanian radar may detect the threat. A German Typhoon could be the one intercepting. An American tanker might refuel it mid-air. NATO's air policing is a network, always watching, always ready. But this is just the first layer. Because while air patrols are vital for defense, NATO's real edge lies in the jets themselves. Fifth-generation stealth aircraft and even sixth-generation projects are rewriting the rules of air combat. And that's where we're heading next. When it comes to raw technology, NATO holds a massive advantage. Right now, fifth-generation fighters like the American F-35 Lightning II dominate the alliance's front line. These jets aren't just stealthy, they're flying sensor hubs. They see further, track more targets, and share information instantly with other aircraft and ground stations. Alongside them, Europe fields the Eurofighter Typhoon and France's Rafale. These aren't stealth jets, but they're combat-proven, highly maneuverable, and continuously upgraded with new weapons and radar systems. Together, they give NATO a balanced mix of stealth and firepower. But here's where things get even more interesting. Sixth-generation fighters are already in the pipeline. The U.S. Next Generation Air Dominance Program, NGAD, promises even greater stealth, extended range, and the ability to command swarms of drones. Meanwhile, the UK, Italy, and Japan are developing the Tempest project, another sixth-gen jet designed to enter service in the 2030s. In other words, NATO isn't just fighting with today's technology, it's preparing for tomorrow's battles. And this future air power isn't just about advanced jets. The real game-changer comes when you combine manned fighters with unmanned systems working as a single team. That's the next step, loyal wingman drones. The next revolution in NATO's air power isn't just new jets. It's drones flying alongside them. These are called loyal wingmen, and they're designed to extend the reach of manned fighters like the F-35 or Typhoon. Imagine this. A NATO pilot launches on a mission, but instead of flying alone, several autonomous drones rise into the sky with them. These drones can carry extra missiles, act as decoys, jam enemy radar, or even scout targets far ahead. They're cheaper than fighter jets, which means you can field more of them. And in combat, they take the risks that would otherwise endanger a human pilot. Australia is leading the way with its MQ-28 Ghost Bat drone, already tested with Allied air forces. The US is experimenting with multiple collaborative combat aircraft programs. And Europe isn't far behind with its own prototypes in development. What makes these drones powerful is their ability to operate as part of a team. They don't just follow orders, they share data, adjust tactics, and react to threats in real time. That means a single NATO fighter could command a small fleet of drones, multiplying its power many times over. But here's the twist. These drones only reach their full potential when they plug into NATO's broader command network. And that's exactly where we're going next. All the fighters, drones, and patrols only work because they're connected. NATO's secret weapon isn't just hardware. It's the network that ties everything together. Picture this. A radar station in Norway picks up an unidentified aircraft. Instantly, that data flows across NATO's secure network. Within seconds, an American F-35 in Poland, a British Typhoon in Germany, and a French AWACS aircraft all see the same information. They know what's coming, where it's going, and who's closest to intercept. This is what NATO calls interoperability. Every aircraft, every drone, every command post is linked into one shared battle picture. That means no one is fighting blind. And when decisions have to be made in seconds, that information edge can be the difference between success and failure. It also allows for seamless coordination. A Polish fighter might intercept while an American tanker refuels at mid-mission, and an Italian drone provides surveillance, all guided by the same digital command system. And here's where it gets even more powerful. NATO is investing heavily in artificial intelligence to analyze threats faster, predict enemy movements, and direct resources where they're needed most. That means the alliance can outthink and outreact rivals before a shot is even fired. But NATO's air network isn't just about defense. It's also designed to project power fast. Which leads us to the next piece: deterrence and rapid strike. NATO's air power isn't just about watching the skies. It's about making sure no rival ever dares to test them. This is deterrence, and it's one of the most powerful tools the alliance has. If aggression breaks out, NATO jets can be airborne within minutes. Within hours, they can strike deep into enemy territory. Precision weapons allow them to hit command centers, air defenses, and supply lines, crippling an opponent before they can build momentum. This ability to respond quickly is what makes an attack on Europe so costly. It means any hostile force would face overwhelming retaliation long before they could achieve their objectives. And it's not just the US leading the charge. European allies like the UK, France, and Italy all maintain combat-ready air fleets capable of striking targets across the continent and beyond. Here's the part that often gets overlooked. NATO doesn't need to fire a shot for this strategy to work. The very presence of these jets, their constant patrols, their readiness to act, sends a clear message. To rivals, it says, if you cross the line, you won't just meet resistance. You'll face the full weight of the alliance's air power. And that's the ultimate point. NATO's strength lies not just in its ability to fight wars, but in its power to prevent them. From round-the-clock patrols to fifth and sixth generation fighters, to loyal wingman drones and a fully integrated command network, NATO's air power in 2025 is more than just a defense system. It's both a shield and a sword. A shield, because it protects Europe's skies every single day. And a sword, because it can strike fast and hard if aggression ever breaks out. That combination, deterrence and rapid response, is what keeps Europe secure, and what makes any hostile move too costly to attempt. But here's the key takeaway. This isn't about one country standing alone. It's about the alliance. The US brings stealth and numbers. The UK, France, Italy, and Germany add their own advanced fleets. Australia contributes new drone technology. Together, they form a force greater than the sum of its parts. That's why, in 2025, NATO's air power isn't just about defending borders. It's about keeping peace across an entire continent. If you found this breakdown valuable, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps. Subscribe to stay ahead of global military power shifts, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think NATO's air dominance will hold strong over the next decade? I'd love to hear your take. And if you want to see where this technology is headed, don't miss our deep dive on 6th generation stealth fighters. The video is linked right here.